Hi friends, here are 3 ways to help your child be a smart consumer. The first is to give them a cash account for spending. The second is to help them find the best value. And the third is to help them find the best price. When you give your kids a cash account for spending, the key is to give that account a very specific purpose. When my kids were young and I started them off managing their money, I actually gave them 3 separate accounts for spending. The first one was to save for large purchases. The second one was for them to buy educational things. And the third one was just for fun. At the end, I am going to link to the video where I talk about all those accounts in more detail. The reason why I gave them those accounts is because I wanted them to have a real life experience in being a consumer. So having those specific purposes for the 3 accounts helped them to be okay with the delayed gratification. It taught them to start thinking about being a lifelong learner, and it taught them that it's okay to have discretionary money to just blow on fun things. So one of the many benefits that my children received from having the 3 separate spending accounts was that they weren't just spending money on just toys or just candy. Their accounts drove their spending. The second way to teach your children to be smart consumers is to teach them to find the best value. Because sometimes the item at the best price is really not the best value. I'm gonna give you an example. I love this jacket. I've had this jacket now for 26 years. And on average, I wear it 5 times a year. So I've worn it maybe 130 times. Now, when I bought this jacket, brand new, I paid $100, and that was a lot of money for me at the time. But if you calculate the price per use, it turns out that I'm actually paid 77 cents every time I've used this jacket, which is a great value. So you want to teach your children how to figure out the price per use. How often are they really going to play with that toy? Or how often are they really going to wear those jeans? You want to help them figure out what the price per use will be when they buy that item. Now, you also want to take into consideration, how well is this item made? Is it going to last us a long time? What are the reviews online about this item? Are other people saying that it fell apart within 2 or 3 days? You've got to show them how to do their research so that they put their dollars where their best value is. Now, I'll give you another example. My son, when he was, 3 years old, he bought a $70 train set. And to me, that was a lot of money for a train set, but this is what he desperately wanted, so we just let him pay for it with his own money. And as it turns out, it was a great value because the train set was really well made, and he ended up playing with this train set probably every day for about 4 years. So that turned out to be an excellent value. Contrast that with a mock lightsaber that he bought a couple of months ago. It was very inexpensive. It cost him $4. But guess what? 2 hours later, it wasn't working anymore. So in the end, the lightsaber was more expensive than the train. And the third way to help your children be smart consumers is by helping them to find the best price for that thing they really want. So if you've determined that something is of great value and your children have the money to buy it, then help them find the best price. We are in the age of information where you have access to so much. So it's easy to go online and compare prices. It's easy to see if you can bid on something on eBay for a lot less than at a retail store. one of the things that happened to us, which was such a great lesson, is that we were at a retail store and my son desperately wanted 3 separate books. And he was ready to pay retail because he had the money. And I stopped him and I said, Daniel, let's just check online and see how much are these books. And sure enough, the combined total of the books online was about $12 less than at the retail store. And so he had to wait a little bit because he had to wait for the books to arrive. So that helps with training them in patience and delayed gratification. But in the end, he saved those $12 and he was able to use them for something else. So you want to help them to see that they don't just only have one option when it comes to shopping. They have many, many options. So help them find the best price out there. So I hope this was helpful to you. My name is Ruth. This is YoungMoneyMasters.tv. If you're watching on Facebook, join us over on YouTube so you can have access to that link, that video where I talk about all the other accounts that my children use to manage their money. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Thanks for being with me today. We'll see you in the next video.